Most people are ruining their knives without realizing it. A good sharp knife should feel smooth, sharp, and ready to work, but a lot of knives out there are just one bad habit away from rust, a chipped edge, or a pivot that feels like a pepper grinder. The weird part is, most knives don't get ruined in one dramatic moment. They die slowly from a handful of small mistakes that almost everybody makes. The good news is, fixing it usually doesn't take much. The bad news is, there's a decent chance you've been oiling it wrong, storing it wrong, or sharpening it in a way that your knife quietly resents. Let's fix that. Today I'm going to show you the simple maintenance steps that actually matter, the shortcuts that don't, and why one common storage mistake can wreck a perfectly good blade. When most people think about knife maintenance, they think about sharpening, and yes, sharpening matters, but a knife that lasts a long time and performs well usually comes down to 4 simple things: keeping it clean, keeping it dry, keeping it sharp, and protecting the steel. And that's really it. You do those 4 things consistently and most knives will serve you well for years. Let's start with cleaning, because this is where a lot of problems begin. A knife doesn't have to look filthy to be dirty. If you use it around food, cardboard, rope, wood, tape, or just carry it in your pocket every day, it's collecting grime whether you notice it or not. On a fixed blade, that can mean dirt, sap, moisture, and residue building up along the edge, around the handle, or in the sheath. On a folding knife, it's even worse. Pocket lint, dust, grit, and tiny bits of debris all work their way into the pivot and the lockup over time. And that's how you end up with a knife that feels gritty, stiff, or just plain gross. For basic cleaning, you don't need anything fancy. Usually a soft cloth or warm water, a little mild soap, and maybe a toothbrush or a cotton swab will take care of most of it. Wipe the blade down, clean around the handle, and if it's a folder, pay special attention to the pivot area and inside of the scales. The big thing here is to keep it simple and to dry the knife completely when you're done. Not mostly dry, completely dry. And that leads to one of the biggest enemies of any knife: moisture. Even stainless steel can rust. Stainless does not mean stain-proof, it just means it's resistant to corrosion better than carbon steel. Carbon steel, on the other hand, will absolutely let you know when you've been neglecting it. Sometimes that means a light patina, sometimes that means orange rust spots starting from near the edge around the handle. If you catch that early, it's usually not a big deal, but a little oil and some very light abrasion can often remove surface rust before it turns into pitting. So once corrosion really starts eating into the steel, that damage is a lot harder to undo. And that's why after cleaning, I like to apply a very light coat of oil to the blade. Not dripping, not enough to marinate it, just a thin protective layer, especially if it's carbon steel or if the knife is going to sit for a while. On a folding knife, a tiny drop in the pivot can also help keep things moving smoothly. Tiny drop, that part matters, because a lot of people hear lubricate your knife and then they absolutely baptize the thing in oil. Too much oil is not better. Too much oil attracts dirt, pocket lint, and grit, especially in folding knives. So if your knife feels sticky or greasy or starts collecting half of your pocket contents, that's no bueno. That's just seasoning debris into the mechanism. Alright, so now let's talk about sharpening, because this is where a lot of people are either intimidated or way too confident. A sharp knife is safer and more useful than a dull one, and that sounds backward to some people, but a dull knife forces you to use more pressure, which makes slipping more likely. A sharp knife does the work for you. The trick with sharpening is understanding that you're not trying to grind away a bunch of steel, you're just trying to restore the edge. And that's where consistency matters more than perfection. You do not need to be some blade wizard standing on a mountaintop with a whetstone passed down through 12 generations. You just need a method that you can repeat, and ideally one that takes the guesswork out of the angle entirely. Which is why I want to talk about today's sponsor, Wicked Edge, and their Venture portable knife sharpener. Wicked Edge has been making precision knife sharpening systems for over 20 years. The Venture is their take on the same philosophy, but scaled down for the field. It weighs 4 ounces, it fits in your pocket, and it's built around a patent-pending angle knife guide that locks your blade at a consistent 20 degrees every single time. Which means no more accidentally changing your angle mid-stroke, and no more wondering why your edge still doesn't feel right after 10 minutes of work. The sharpener itself has a dual-sided diamond stone. a 500 grit on one side, and a ceramic hone on the other. And it flips over in seconds when you're ready to switch. And it also comes with a built-in leather strop, which is how you get that final polished edge that actually holds up in the field. And when you're done, the knife guide just tucks right back into the handle, so nothing is rattling around in your pack or gets lost. So to use it, all you have to do is just place your knife in the guide and move it across the stone in a simple, smooth motion. You do this about 10 to 20 times per side, and then you switch grits. It's really that simple. And once you have your knife sharp, you can use the backside strop to get that really nice, polished, durable edge that we all love. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. For $42, it's genuinely one of the most practical sharpening tools I've come across for people who want a consistent edge without hauling a bench setup into the woods. They also make the Pro version, which is super awesome because you don't have to take off the guide to flip the sharpening stones over. You just rotate this knob and the stone flips over just like that, making it even faster to sharpen your knives. They also have 800 and 1000 grit stones and 1500 and 2200 grit stones available for purchase as well. Thank you to Wicked Edge for sponsoring this video and for making incredible sharpening systems. Now, let's get back to our talk on knife maintenance. So if you carry folding knives, there's another thing that's worth checking once in a while, and that's the hardware. Screws can loosen, pivots can back out, dirt can work its way into the lockup. If your blade has a side-to-side play, it feels unusually stiff, or isn't centering well, give it a look. Sometimes a simple adjustment solves the problem. Sometimes it just needs a good cleaning. The point is, you don't want to wait until the knife feels terrible before paying attention to it. Fixed blades have their own maintenance issues too, especially when it comes to storage. And this is where we get to the common mistake that can wreck a perfectly good blade, storing a knife long term in a leather sheath. As you can see on this blade, which was made in 1942, there's quite a bit of rust on the blade and it's deeply pitted. That's because it's been stored in its leather sheath for ages now. Even newer knives, when stored in their sheaths and not dried off after use, can turn to rust very quickly. Leather sheaths are great for carrying a knife. They look good, they ride well, and they've got that classic appeal, but leather can also hold moisture against the steel, especially in humid conditions. So after field use, if you put your knife away in a leather sheath and leave it there for long periods, you may be creating the perfect little environment for corrosion. That's how someone pulls out a perfectly nice knife after months and finds rust spots they swear were not there before. Another example is my Buck 110. The brass on it has got some severe corrosion on it, and this knife is only 3 years old. And unfortunately, I have stored it in its leather sheath. That's trapped moisture against the brass, and unfortunately has caused a lot of corrosion there. So if you're storing a knife for the long term, store it clean, dry, and outside of the leather sheath. That one habit alone can save a blade a lot of grief. I like to use desiccant packs. You know, the things that say do not eat on them. I keep my knives in containers with desiccant packs, and it helps keep the moisture content low and therefore keeps the rust away. The same general rule applies no matter what kind of knife you own. Don't put it away dirty, don't put it away wet, don't ignore rust when it first appears, don't drown it in oil, don't sharpen it aggressively just because you're bored on a Tuesday night. Most knife maintenance is not dramatic. It's just attention. Small, boring, consistent attention. And honestly, that's kind of the whole lesson here. Knives don't fail because of one catastrophic mistake. They fail because of neglect, because of moisture left on the blade, because grit got packed into the pivot and stayed there, because the edge got dull and instead of maintaining it properly, someone attacked it with bad technique and good intentions. The nice part is that none of this is hard. Clean the knife, dry it thoroughly, protect the steel. Touch up the edge before it gets terrible. Store it properly. That's the kind of maintenance that actually matters. If you do that, your knife will feel better, it'll cut better, and it'll last a whole lot longer. And maybe, most importantly, it'll be ready when you actually need it. Because a knife is one of those tools that should inspire confidence. It shouldn't feel crunchy, rusty, or vaguely disappointed in you. So whether it's a folder, your everyday carry, a hunting knife, a camp knife, or just an old blade that you've had for years. Take a few minutes and give it the maintenance it deserves. A little care goes a long way. And if you've got a favorite sharpening method, maintenance trick, or one mistake you learned the hard way, drop it in the comments below. I hope you found this useful, or at least entertaining. We'll see you later.